Hello, looks like we're live now here at the MRO Overwatch Open. We're going to be hopping into the Project Eversio versus Entropy pretty soon once all the teams get themselves into the lobby. My name's JK Parham Matthews, and joining me on the caster desk today will be Chronica. We have so many games for you today. It's going to be super exciting. First of all, it's going to be Project Eversio taking on Entropy. Then it will be Underdogs versus New Kings, and the winner of each respective game will be taking each other on a best of three. The winner of that game will then move on to take on EVH, and then they'll be looking towards the the loser bracket final. Whoever wins through this loser bracket final will then finally make their way into that grand final and can then take on Paradigm 6. Obviously, Paradigm 6 didn't have a particularly great showing yesterday. Looking a little bit weak, maybe nerves getting to them, maybe just a couple of things with some long pauses kind of getting into their head, maybe the tiredness working out, but they did manage to prevail above EVH. EVH were looking so on form yesterday, though, and I honestly expect them to maybe be the ones we're going to see here at the grand final, but there is all to play, or maybe Project Eversio, who we did kind of put as our third best team in the competition. Maybe they've got it in them to come all the way through and push themselves to the final, but they have a long way to go. They've got to win 1, 2, 3 matches to make it into the final. So that's 4 games today, potentially, for Project Eversio. Chronicler, are you here? No, he's not at the moment. Okay, he just had a couple of mic issues just before we started, so it's going to be me for a little bit just while we wait for Chronicler to join me back here on the desk. I need to open up the Twitch chat, guys, so I can keep in touch with what you guys are doing. We're just waiting on one more player to join here. And once that is the case, we will be getting straight down into it. Project Eversio, team who fell short maybe a little bit earlier than we'd like to. Did go down to EVH, but unfortunately that is how these tournaments go. You do get bumped out, and they did have a hard road to go. They had to take out EVH in their semi-finals, which is really, really tough task. And we did see EVH push Paradigm 6 all the way to their limits yesterday. Underdogs versus New Kings, I think, is going to be a bit of an interesting match.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, here he is. He's back.
Yeah, there we go.
By the way.
That's good. Yeah, everything like working properly, not too loud.
Yeah, you're all sounding good.
Okay, that's good. That's because you were.
I was just giving a rundown of the bracket and what we've got. So if everyone's aware of how many games we've got to play today, we are going to be here for a long time. The players are going to be here for a long time, but it's going to be super fun.
Ooh, yeah. As you were saying before, these ones are good. It's also, by the way, it's all best of 5s up until the grand final, which is a best of 7. Yes. Just to reiterate, I'm not entirely sure whether I thought you said best of 3 at some point, but if not, then that was my bad. So Eversio versus Entropy should be, all things considered, a pretty close game as far as we can expect actual close games here. Or close games, one-sided games rather, because everything else is probably going to be rather close. Underdogs versus New Kings are teams that are really close to each other, and both of these teams, I think, might have shot at Eversio. It also depends on what kind of Eversio shows up. We've seen them be a pretty consistent team, especially in a season that's been riddled with teams performing admirably and then within the same map perform absolutely horrible. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're gonna deal with that, and which team is going to first deal with EVH and then face the final boss Paradigm 6 in the finals. So even though the final boss looked a little bit shaky yesterday, we're getting quite like used to the environment of a LAN, I reckon. Even though I've heard that Paradigm is a very old organization in Malta, they've been playing esports since Call of Duty 2, so...
Well, they were playing Call of Duty earlier on in the day as well, so maybe they're just a little bit of constant gaming yesterday. Long game, long day ahead of them yesterday. Although they can actually, with this win, has it actually bought them the chance to kind of sit back and relax and just get ready for tonight. Whether or not they're going to play something else during the day, I'm not there, so I won't be able to see. But, I mean, they have now bought themselves some time, some rest. They do need to warm up, which maybe whoever makes it all the way up through the tournament and takes them on in the grand final, maybe they feel a little bit more warmed up and ready to go. So, I don't know, man. Just waiting for one more player to join in on the side of Entropy, and then we're going to be hopping straight into the game. Looks like Lijiang Tower will be the...
I don't know yet. We haven't gotten the maps yet from the admin, so we're not entirely sure what the map order is going to be.
I'm hoping
So,
Lijiang Tower.
Going over, yeah, man, me as well. Going over Eversio versus Entropy because we have some time to, look through the teams and see what we can expect out of them. Personally, like the players on Eversio, that Eversio is a team that it's not like some of the teams that we've seen in this league where they're like kind of, depending on does one or two players do they perform or not. Eversio, I think, is the epitome of a team that's just very all around good, and all the players are good, and all players like together contribute to, how well the team performs. I think if you've had to like pick two people, I would probably be Serenity and Reed. Serenity is one of the very few supports where I feel like he has such an insane impact in a consistent way on how his team performs, which is really good. And it looks like we are loading the game, so that means it is going to be Lijiang Tower for the first round, for the first match of the day. And let's see if we can live up to the matches that we saw yesterday, which were just absolute mayhem.
Absolute mayhem indeed. Was what we had earlier last night, so kind of early in the morning for you guys in Europe, because it was 1 o'clock in the morning when we were done.
Yeah.
In Central Europe anyway.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, PKLT, it's going to be Project Eversio taking on Entropy for the first game of the day for here at the MRO Overwatch Open. You guys watching at LAN, hopefully you're going to enjoy a full action-packed day of Overwatch, and everyone online, hopefully you stick with us through most of the day. Hopefully we're going to be getting through into very, very soon onto Lijiang Tower. Very, very excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, looks like we have our first pause of the day, and no one
2 minutes in.
Yeah, no one can be like very surprised. We have some sound issues, and it is to be expected that these arise. It is also expected that these are going to be, less and less throughout the day. So, better to get them all out of the way now, and then, make sure that this all goes well. Get all of the kinks out of the cable early on in the day, and then come the grand finals, everything's gonna go silky smooth.
Oh, we didn't have too many pauses yesterday as well, so actually it wasn't awful. We did all right. It did kind of sort itself out towards the end of the day there.
Yeah, it did. Still some minor issues, but as we've said before, like it's kind of expected in a LAN environment. Like there is no single LAN that has ever been run flawlessly, just because of the fact that you have to set up so much technical and electronic stuff, and something is always not going to work as well as you'd like it to. But Darky just has some sound issues, so they're just changing it out, like reconnecting them quickly, and then we should be able to get into the game. Looking at compositions here, if nothing gets changed, Vaccine on Diva I think is the only thing that is somewhat out of the ordinary. The fact that we see Eversio run a triple threat comp instead of switching out either the Genji or the Tracer for Rosaria, which would be a little bit more traditional King of the Hill style of play.
Yeah.
Now they're very going for the very aggressive play. So I think in this scenario, especially in the first map, that is fine because Eversio, no problem. Eversio probably has the impression that we're just mechanically more skilled players, so we can get away with a triple threat comp if you execute it correctly. Because if they make this work, you just stomp the enemy team. If you have a Zarya, then you can just win team fights consistently. But if Death Row and Reed go unchecked, and you have No Name in the backline as well, PKMLT raining down hell, then what are you going to do, right? Like, everything goes way faster. So they're just going to try out, see how that works for them. And if it works well, probably going to stick with it. If it doesn't work well, I expect them to see one of those flankers switch off to a Zarya.
So what you're saying is you want to kind of stick to this free damage dealer comp, the free triple DPS, and just looking to snowball hard and fast, and then hopefully shut them down and get through into the next round. Because obviously playing best of fives is exhausting. They have to play 3 best of fives if they can get into the finals, and then that's a best of 7. That's an exhausting day. So if you can try and round up your games nice and quick, it means you get a bit more time to rest, a little bit less tiring. So maybe that's what you're kind of hoping to see out of Project Eversio here. Obviously, they've got such a long way to go up. And at the top of that ladder, if they do manage to work their way up there, it's going to be EVH who's going to be their final hurdle before they go to take on Paradigm 6. So talking from just kind of storyline storyline kind of point of view, looking at Project Eversio, if they do want to climb all the way up, they have such a steep hill to climb, and they've got two really strong teams waiting at the top of the hill for them. Not to say that Entropy can't be the team that are going to do that. They had a pretty decent showing earlier, but I do feel this might be Project Versio's game. It's what's going to happen further up the road for this team is where I'm going to be drawing the questions, and what I'm going to expect to see. How cleanly they can close out here against Entropy will show their mentality and their potential for the rest of the day.
Yeah, because if you, like you said, like lands are also just about sheer endurance. Rather. Like you can't really win a LAN on like one or two good performances. You need to be consistently good throughout the entire, throughout the entire day. It's going to be pretty hard, honestly. With just exhaustion and fatigue, and you can't really maintain that edge throughout the entire day unless you're really on top of your game. So it remains to be seen whether they're going to be able to do so or not.
Hopefully, we're going to have Reed. No, not Reed. I can't remember who left. Darky. Hopefully, we're going to have Darky back in as soon as possible. It's not exactly how you want to start the day with a long old pause as one of the players gets a sound issue. But like you said, these are things that happen at LAN. Obviously, the more you've kind of fixed now, the more you iron out, so it runs smoother later on in the day. But most of our viewers at home are probably asleep anyway, so...
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter until they join in later to watch.
It's nice to warm up for us as well, right? So get some games I'm really looking forward to. I'm pretty sure, like, if all things go as you expect them to go, we're going to see a really cool game between Underdogs and Eversio.
Yeah.
That ought to be fun. Where unless Underdogs go, full loco, they're probably not going to be able to make it. And then you have Eversio EVH, which in of itself has been, like I said before, it's been the best map we've seen, or the best series rather we've seen this entire tournament. Just in how well the team were matched up against each other, and like the plays that were being made, the strategies that were being brought. And then the winner of those is to play a completely fresh Paradigm 6. So that's a little bit, that's you spend the entire day just getting there if you're Eversio, even if you're EVH, right? Like you still spend your day, you need to first play a very hard matchup against Eversio, which you barely won last time. And then
we are talking about if they're going to make it that far.
Well, yeah. Like all of this is under the assumption that Eversio is going to dispatch of Entropy handily, win their game against Underdogs. And I think Underdogs is going to win against New Kings. However, I think Underdogs New Kings is a little bit more iffy to call. I think Entropy Eversio is something I'd safely make that guess. Underdogs New Kings upsets are, it's not even an upset because both teams are pretty evenly matched. I'm going to give it to Underdogs regardless because of the high consistency throughout the group stages. But I think Eversio is just too good to lose to a team that isn't EVH or Paradigm.
Yeah.
I think Eversio, I've said this a couple of times yesterday as well, but they're a team that might not have the highest peak, but their skill floor is very high. Right? Like, I don't think that I haven't seen like flashes of brilliance from them, and at the same time, their average level of play is just really good. And I don't think any of the other teams can like reliably deal with how well they play on average.
Yeah, I agree with you on this. It is honestly, like we said multiple times, we are kind of going in circles here, but because it's the start of the day, we haven't seen any matches yet. But it is honestly a tale of how clean the Eversio can climb their way up this ladder. An upset would be really awesome to see, but at the same time, for the sake of Project Eversio, I would like to see them try and get their shot at redemption, their kind of chance to get back up into that finals potentially and try and take on Paradigm 6. Because like you said, the game against EVH was extremely close. And them to get there, like for them to get to this point and then get back up there and then take down EVH would be such a confidence boost. But there's still Paradigm 6. But if Paradigm 6 are looking like they did yesterday, I don't think Paradise 6 are particularly locked in to win this tournament. I think it's anybody's game between the top three.
Yeah, yesterday was. We don't talk about yesterday.
No, you don't if you're a Paradigm 6 fan.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like chalk it up to mental issues combined with adjusting to LAN and just in general really having to get used to the whole situation that you're in all of a sudden.
Well, we were talking to the admin prior to this, and they did say it was probably nerves due to being in a live environment, and we are finally getting off the pause. Thank you guys watching on the Twitch homepage.
It's going to be a very
how exciting! But now we're here. Oh, we're paused again.
Yeah, no, I think you need to pause and unpause for someone to connect to the game. Yeah,
I'm really hyped there. Yeah, here's Darky.
Yeah. So probably Darky's gonna, go in. Oh Lord, that is.
Oh, I love this game.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, there was an update there for anyone who's not been on Battle.net for a while. It's now the Blizzard app. It changed literally after I finished the games last night. I had an update, and we're now looking at the Blizzard app. I'm not used to it, seeing Blizzard on my bar.
No, me neither. It doesn't look as nice. You know.
Damn it, Blizzard. Yeah, I mean, seeming as we got a bit of time to burn here as we're waiting now for Vexen to hop back in. What are kind of your predictions for the later on stages today? What are you kind of expecting for these teams who are joining in further down the line? Obviously, next match is going to be Underdogs versus. Yeah,
like I said, I think just going with the group stages is just a pretty safe bet. I don't really feel like any of the teams have like specific stuff that they've shown throughout the tournament that are going to make me say, okay, I think that Underdogs is unless they like practiced a ton last week, they've gotten rid of their consistency issues and the entire team now jumps in with Savage Beast every time and they win every game. Like that's something that can happen, but I don't think it's very realistic. I think realistically, Eversio is just gonna slowly but steadily barrel their way all the way to the losers bracket finals, take on EVH there, and that game I'm not going to call because I don't want to, because last time it was such a good game, but it looks like we are loading back into the game.
No, Eversio are going to be the ones who get themselves on the point first. Death Row on the flank behind the enemy team. But look at the Monkey, just trying to cause so much chaos in the backline. There's no names. Actually going to get himself the first kill of the day on G.
Yeah, that's a really good start. Oh man, Reed is just dodging hooks and sniping people. That's painful. No names.
He's playing like Zambu on that Winston really well.
Oh, obviously that was to Winston. Yeah, I'm wondering whether this, because we've seen Winston. We played a ton in this tournament. I'm actually surprised we've seen some Reaper yesterday, but I'm surprised we haven't seen more Zenyatta, which personally I feel like is still very strong. Especially with Winston coming back in the meta, even though it was kind of an iffy balance between the two because Winston was also good against Zenyatta, but at the same time Discord Orb just makes Winston's life hell. And with the composition that they're running currently, I wouldn't mind if they switched out Anna's Sin for a Zenyatta there, but I'm not sure if he plays Zenyatta, so I don't know if that's a possibility, but with a Genji and a Winston and a Tracer, so that would be really good.
I mean, we were saying how cleanly they might be able to close it out, but now it's in the sound barrier come out. PKMT is going to get himself one. The Earth Shatter lands onto free. Serenity, PKMT, lockdown, going to get dropped. It's going to be Gene with attack fight to go for the double kill. 5 members down on the side of Project Eversio, and it's just going to be No Name. Trying to buy time. He's gone into egg mode, swinging around, trying to stay alive, trying to keep this point going. It's going to be hacked in very, very soon. Just buying time for the rest of the team, which is making their way towards the point. Here comes Tracer. It's going to be Death Row. The whole team is caught on. The point has not dropped yet. PKMT with the double kill, with the triple kill. He's going for more. That's going to be No Name dropping Darky. And Project Eversio hold the point.
That was some expert Winston play, man. Very, very. But at the same time, like unbelievable how, because I was about to say, even if No Name dies here, it's worth their while. But he doesn't die. He just jumps down on Runza, kills him, and then they hold the points, and now it's overtime. Unbelievable.
Already, Project Eversio super clean. Zephyro picked himself up a kill, but the point actually gets captured. It's a double kill onto the Trace, so they need to actually try to something back here. PKMT is going to drop Vexen, so the front line is slowly going down.
So the reason why they were able to cap the point there is because No Name and Defra were diving really deep for Gene there. And as a result, like the rest of the team couldn't. Ooh, that's a nice sticky right up your shit there. So Defra and No Name dive really deep for Gene, and because of that, the rest of the team doesn't really have. Like, either you need Winston and Tracer distracting the enemy backline, or you need to hang back, right? Because you can't just straight up engage the enemy team because their tanks are going to wreck you. So the rest of the team was hanging back, which is why they were able to cap so easy. However, as soon as No Name and Defro killed Gene, they collapsed back onto the enemy team, back onto Entropy, and at that point it doesn't really matter that you cap the point because like 2 of your players are already dead, and then you have to play a 4v6, and yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to market. I didn't actually check who prior to the game. This is going to be a best of 5 on the King of the Hill maps, or are we sticking to a best of 3 like we did yesterday? It's a good question. Are we doing a best of 5 on this map, or is it going to be a best of 3?
It's a best of 5.
Okay, cool. So normal King of the Hill. So because we did a best of 3 yesterday, I was like, let's see which one we're going to have here.
Yeah, well that was just for the tiebreaker.
Oh, okay.
All the other ones are always best of 5s. Serenity gets a kill on Darky there. Serenity is such a good support player. I say as he gets killed, you know, because that's what happens in life.
Reed. Dashing through for the kill as well. Beautiful.
Serenity and Reed, man. Not to take away from, I think No Name's performance has been really stellar this, I mean, it's been one map, right, but that one map is played very well. Yeah.
Well, extremely well played. It's the Byron it actually lasts absolutely the everyone on the side of the team, and Project Eversio just taking the win, just walking over Entropy, forcing them back as Reed gets a double kill on the Genji. His ultimate is now charged up. The nano boost is also going to be available, so I think we can see the nano blade popping out anytime soon.
Yeah, although I want to go for like Primal Rage nano boost, but that's not particularly useful because you don't really play that for the damage, right? So I'm pretty sure they're going to pop that on Reed. Waiting for the right opportunity though.
That's going to be the nano blade coming down. It's going to be Reed trying to get himself onto a kill, but Defro's dropped Darky, darking around. Blinky is going to get out Darky. Reed finally gets himself a double kill with a double dash. Beautiful job there. It's going to be Defro picking up Gene on the tail end of the fight, and Big MLT rockets Vexen in the face.
Ultimate is ready.
Yeah, so actually Entropy did a really good job there, not getting immediately murdered by Reed's nano blade, but at the same time, like, running away from that opened them up to every other member from Project Eversio.
Straight out of the fire cannon into the fire.
Yep.
It looks like this is happening every time they leave the base. They're just getting walked over. Reed on this Genji is absolutely beautiful to watch. His positioning, his damage, his accuracy is all on point.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is, you know, not a great way to start your game. I mean, on this map, with how they're playing King of the Hill at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, does hit Big MLT, and we're seeing the sound barrier come through. Defro man, so he's going to get himself 1 kill. Gene comes up with the next. There's the tactical buys up of PKMLT. He's got himself a kill. It's 3-0 in favour of Project Eversio. Defro is going to drop Darky. PKMLT as well. That is all of the kills coming through. Overtime's ticked away. One more win, and Project Eversio take map 1.
I mean, you know, they still need to win one more, but yeah, they're doing pretty good so far. Map 2 or round 2 or map 1, depending on you know, what nomenclature you prefer. Vexen maybe actually going to pick up the D.Va now. And like I said before, right, like that's the thing with triple threat comps. If they work, this is what happens.
Junkrat primed and ready.
Because if you don't really know how to punish it, or if you don't have the abilities to punish it, every team fight is going to be such a quick snowball. And I don't think that Junkrat Widowmaker. Okay, there we go. I don't think that Widowmaker Diva is the answer, but maybe Entropy is onto something that we don't know. So let's see. Vaccine switch to Zarya. This makes a lot more sense. I like this.
I like this indeed. Diva's pretty good into Genji as well, and Rita's been a problem. See exactly how this is going to work. So seeing Project Eversio once again, first onto the point. The fight's going to break out. No Name's going to pick up G straight off the back. Drafty running low. 3 kills, 4 kills just pour in. That's going to be Darky going down. The team gets wiped instantly, and Eversio captured the point.
Yeah. I mean, that was good. Like, I don't know. This feels like one of the games that we've seen a couple of times in group stages, right? Where what do you really? There's not that much you can say about this game, besides just a very fundamental level in like how the teams are playing the game. But that just it just really shows. It's just like a really big difference in skill. I feel like, even though it's not. Oh Lord.
Death Row. Good little pulse bomb there, gonna get himself a double kill. PK on the D picks himself up one. Maybe he's gonna go for a triple kill here. Yep, he picks up Vexen.
Yeah. They have 2 ultimates against none of. I mean, Darky almost has Earth Shatter, but the other 2 are not. Drafty and Jeans aren't really going to be ready, probably. And Death Row has been raining down hell on the back line.
Darky have been a little bit underwhelming so far.
Yeah.
There's going to be one. It's going to land onto one person once again. So he does manage to get himself a kill a bit, but 2 get answered back on the side of Eversio. Eversio looking for Drafty. That's going to be PKLT with the tactical visor. Getting the double kill. No Name. Going to drop Drafty. Darky has been nano boosted. Going to take Sin down with a hammer. And actually, all of a sudden, Eversio are a bit scattered, but they're going to get themselves back on the point, back in control. And it is just Darky who's going to get dropped by Serenity.
So, you were saying, because that's actually an interesting point, like, Darky's Earth Shatters have been somewhat underwhelming, but with which I agree. But at the same time, getting off an Earth Shatter against the composition that Eversio is playing is really hard, because by the very nature of this composition, they're never going to be grouped up. You know, if No Name was playing a Reinhardt, then you're naturally going to be bunched up behind the shield. But in this scenario, and they just, as I'm talking,
I just went straight down. Eversio take the win.
The map, yeah. But like the problem is that they're never going to be grouped up because this is such a scattered composition by its very nature, and that's why I would have liked to see them. But then again, they switched the wins in the first game, but they didn't really do anything either. Look at that bio grenade from Serenity. I mean, obviously Reed is a really good Genji, and this is very well played. But the reason that is such a one-sided fight. Oh, sorry, it was Sin's bio grenade, not Serenity's. My bad on that one. Like, hitting those grenades consistently is so huge, because if the team can't disengage when that happens, you just lose.
And it's on multiple members, so many members at once, not like 1 or 2. He landed it onto pretty much the entire team at that point. It's just so big.
Yeah, man. So this is the first map going to Project Eversio. If the next 2 maps are as, similar to this one, then it's gotta be fun for one of the teams, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, Eversio, I was questioning, you were questioning as well, how cleanly they were going to get themselves through into the next stages. Looks pretty clean. Spawn killing Entropy, I mean, they clearly are just the stronger team at this point. And how they've been playing now, if they're playing that kind of tight-knit and that smart, it could be enough for them to beat EVH. Obviously, EVH are a better team at punishing kind of positional errors and stuff like that than Entropy are capable of doing. But you said yesterday that the gap between the top tier team and the bottom tier teams is massive. Like, you have a very clear top 3 teams, and then all the bottom teams are very clearly the bottom teams.
Now entering.
Yeah, I really, really feel like it's just sheer mechanical skill, right? It's not about strategy. It's not about you know, how well you run your compositions. If you win every single 1v1, it doesn't really matter what you do. And Eversio, EVH, and Paradigm are just above the rest when it comes to just that, and that allows you to get away with so much more. And that's why some of the games that we've seen in this tournament have been so one-sided. This isn't due to the fact that the lower bracket teams are bad, because I think they're all still platinum and diamond level, which in the grand scheme of things is still being pretty good at the game. You know, like that's
me.
That's like still like what, top 5-10%?
Yeah.
You know, that's like that's good. That's nothing to scoff at, but once you go higher and higher into like the percentage of how good people are, it becomes kind of exponential. Like being 1% better than a diamond player is already pretty big, and being 1% better than most master players is already, you know, kind of snowballs from there. And that's why I feel like this is just going to be a straight up 3-0. I have no clue what Entropy can do here unless we see a Paradigm EVH level mental breakdown from Entropy here, from Eversio, which, as we've seen before, Eversio is, I think, the only team we've seen perform consistently in the way that they play, like, just so stable. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a 3-0, and I think the first map, you know, lends some credibility to that assumption. But Entropy surprised me, we say, as we go into a pause. Maybe some... Yeah, maybe maybe, I'm going to say maybe, it's like some technical issues. So let's see what's going to happen.
Entropy surprised me of how kind of easily they just let that go. I think they only captured about 1% before getting dropped in that last map. I think they got about literally a combination of about 1 or 2% on the Zhong Tower. Just got completely walked over there. BKM will being a very strong kind of just constant force of damage, while Reed was really, really strong on the Genji. He's going to be playing the Zarya this time, so looking for the team play and a kind of smart decision. I actually like this. I feel the triple damage works really well on King of the Hill. We're just having a mouse issue with one of the players, so it won't take too long to sort. Just plug in a new mouse, so that's nice and easy. But yeah, I do like Reed actually making the switch off the Genji while he was really the standout carry in the last kind of set of games.
Yeah.
Now playing for the team and playing that kind of smarter team map. Obviously, Project Eversio don't want to let that win. Just run away with them and lose them too much.
They're going to switch. I'm like no doubt that they're going to switch back to the previous composition of offense. But you can't really be nearly as proactive in this map, right, as you can be on the King of the Hill map. So going for a triple time composition is, I feel like, a very solid choice. Defro's Roadhog is good. It's not absolutely amazing. He's been somewhat like, he's had good games, he's had okay games, he's never bad on it. Reed Zarya is actually really good. And No Name's Winston was like genuinely impressive. So let's see if his Reinhardt is going to, you know, impress me the same way, or if he's going to like be able to challenge Gunfelt for the title of best Reinhardt in the tournament.
Yeah. Because,
oh man, Gunfelt's play yesterday, I still haven't gotten over how good that was.
I mean, Gunfelt was just on fire yesterday, playing out of his mind. You can see how he shows up later on in the day. See, pushing through into those later parts of the map. Hopefully we'll have this mouse issue sorted very soon, guys, so we can be getting back into the game. Because I know you're all just twitching with excitement.
Yeah, they're replacing the mouse, so we should be able to get back in the game pretty soon. But you know how these things go.
Standard LAN. It's not a LAN event if everything doesn't break at once. Or in this case, one by one after one goes down after the next. Guys, obviously, I know it's early in the morning. I know there's not as many here at the moment, just because the rest of our viewers are sleeping still. Let us know in the Twitch chat who you think is going to win. Do you think it's going to be Project Eversio, or do you reckon it's going to be Entropy? Because we're loading back into the game.
No game.
Let's do this. Drafting, I like this. You know, just try to get a snipe. It's very low risk, high reward, which is good. That's something that you want to do in general. If you can do low risk, high reward stuff, pretty smart. Nice positioning here. They've been able to, without much issue, get themselves up to this ramp here. Need to be careful though. Achilles blocks drops in by grenade, which is good. Drafty kind of lags behind though, so he needs to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, he is an easy pick-off if they want to go for it, but the question is how quickly are they going to get themselves on the point. The charge does go a little bit wide here. Jeffro's going to now Darky all alone. PKM will tease drops Gene, so that's the 76 down on the side of Entropy. They just lost 2 members real fast, and now they're on the run. Hook's going to go wide from Darky, looking for a charge. He's going to go a little bit wide again. Darky running quite low. Defro's going to pick up Drafty, so the sniper is down. Entropy comes off of their first attempt on the point.
Yeah. That was actually I thought it was really nice, a nice offense by Entropy up until the point where Ascalise charged into a team of people and didn't hit anyone. I mean, even if you hit someone there, I'm not sure whether it's worth it. And they're going to go for a triple plant composition themselves as well. Drafty switching to that Winston, which I'm not sure how good that is against another triple plant composition. Defro super aggressively whole hog.
He's going to get himself a double kill with a whole hog. That's 4 kills coming from straight away. The hook from Defro! He gets a triple kill. Beautiful hook. And as you saw, PKMLT and Drafty fighting out in the hotel, and Drafty actually is the one who goes down. Look at the ultimate bang coming through. PKMLT almost got his. That's 5 ultimates going to be available into 3 on the side of Entropy.
I know, right? 5 ultimates against 4, so math says that Eversio should win the next fight.
Oh, the Graviton surge onto the entire team, the Earth Shatter, the sound barrier is going out to defense, make sure they all stay alive. Now we're seeing the sound barrier come out, his team is going to get himself one with that ultimate. No Name's going to drop back alive, looking for something else, looking for more, but No Name running quite low. He's going to go down to Drafty here. PKMLT holding it out, but he is going to have to fight against the Nano Boost. The Nano Boost is worn out, but it's Reed and Gene taking it on, and Drafty drops Serenity. The whole team is going to be taking on 2 members of Project Eversio. Reed does drop Gene, so they're down the healer. Defro just trying to buy some time for the team. Drafty's going up with a kill onto Reed. Now everyone on the run, everyone just trying to keep it going. The point is so almost there. Will be available for No Name. Is he going to use it or is he going to save it? Just holding this point going. Achilles is going to drop No Name. Sin left on the point. PKM with T just firing on from the outside, but I do think Entropy has done what they needed.
Yeah, in the end they catch it here. So good on them for being able to push through here. Drafty showing some really solid Winston play. I was kind of questioning the switch to Winston because Winston into a Zarya Reinhardt Roadhog isn't necessarily the greatest of like compositional decisions, but it's working out well for them, so I can't really criticize them too much for it.
Yeah, I mean that all kind of started with an engage that went wrong for them. Now we're seeing Drafty's going to fire his ultimate. Charge from Acolyte, gets pushed back. Defro with 1, with 2. PKMLT gets himself a double, looking for the triple kill. This is going to be Acolyte's on the run. The quadra kill for PKMLT.
Yeah. that was very straightforward. Not too much to say about that. It's going to be the next push though that's going to be really important, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a lot of ultimates being used here on the side of Entropy. And the real question is, are they not going to overextend with their ultimate use? Defro gets hurt.
Last time they used it, it got engaged on, but Darky's going to fight the ultimate. The sound barrier is there. That was the grab from Sun, pulling the whole team in, but Darky's managed to get a double kill. This is 5 members going down from the side of Project Eversio. All of a sudden, Drafty with a triple kill on the Winston, and Entropy turn it.
Yeah, but this is what I don't think they needed to expand 4 ultimates there. That's like my main issue with this, is that this is going to hurt you in the next 2 team fights. Because they could have held one of the ultimates there, right? Like probably the whole hog or the nano boost was not really necessary to use that. Is Entropy not going to contest, or is Eversio not going to contest this?
Looks like they're finally looking for the contest. No Name with the nano boost, trying to get some damage down. Does still have his Earth Shatter, and actually holding it smartly. Darky's going to go down. Gene has got the pack visor, trying to get himself any sign of kills, but he's not going to get it. PKM with T run down. Gene finally gets a double kill. There's the Earth Shatter on the 3. Runza's going to drop in with 2. Darky's going to pop his ult and trying to get some kind of damage down. Sin with a triple kill on the out of here. Really, really well played. Looking for maybe the quad. I would love to see it had a quad. Can he do it? Drafty healing blocks running low. He's going to get himself out quite yet. Just runs out at the nick of time.
My ultimate is
Yeah.
He's got a triple.
I mean, that's usually pretty good to get triples if you are a sport all jokes aside though, this is something that we don't see happen too often. Maybe play the game as well, like, just because it's an Ana.
Double kill there. The Achilles needs to find something with him. Actually, is just going to get bopped away before he can get a single kill. Looks like he's going to be running low. Reed does manage to pick up Achilles.
Yeah, and I really feel like this is like, this snowballs back to a team fight where you overextending your use of ultimates. And then a snowball like that starts like that can subsequently really influence the rest of the game. Because you're one ultimate short in the max team fight, you're not able to push the payload here. You know, having an auto boost there might turn the tides in your favour.
He still has his ultimate. Defro does. They very smartly saved their ultimate. So that's going to be the ultimate comfort for Defro. PKMOT gets nano boosted, throws the visor down, trying to pick people up. There's a double kill for PKMOT. There's the triple kill. Now Achilles left alone. The tank's going down. The Earth Shaft is going to pin them all in place. That's going to be a return there. Shafter. PKMOT's got down. The Serenity drops Achilles. Looks like the fight is breaking out in favour of Eversio. Eversio trying to turn the damage onto Darky. Serenity's going to pick him up. He's just Darky alone. Defro drops him. Overtime taken away. And Eversio, he managed to capture point 1. Sorry, save point 2.
Save point 2. Entropy caps point 1. Good on them for capping point 1 though. Honestly, I was like, okay, well, go by the first game. This is going to be really straightforward. But they band together and capped the first point with a nice team fight. Yeah, keep getting back to that, like the team fight under the, you know, just past the archway there, in the middle of streets. I'm just expending 4 ultimates there. The only reason that didn't backfire harder was because Reed also uses Graviton Surge with no follow-up whatsoever. I like this from Entropy. They're going for, like, if they actually go for the Symmetra and the Mei, I feel like that is a very valid tactic. You know, just try to somewhat cheese the enemy.
Yeah.
Because straight up play is just, it's going to be really hard to reliably win with that. I am sure that this is not the composition that Eversio is going to run. I think they're just going to go back to triple threat. You know, what we saw before. Maybe they will. Maybe they will pull out Farah, because Sin actually does play Mercy sometimes, but they don't really have a signature Farah player on the team, right? So.
Big MLT's picked up a couple of times.
I think we saw Reed in the games again. I'm like not entirely sure, but I think it was Reed in this series of Eversio versus EVH that showed up immensely on Farah, so that wouldn't really surprise me. His Genji, however, is also really good, so yeah, don't mind seeing that either.
Let's see if PKMLT can find those snipes where felt like Gene failed to miss. I think it was Darky, wasn't it? I can't remember who was playing it at the beginning of the game. He is got himself on that high ground. Gonna throw out a couple of snipes, see if he can find anyone.
Yeah, you know, position yourself there. I hope he switches up immediately though, but looks like he's gonna try and go for a couple of jump shots.
Try and get himself something. Runza was out of position, but PKLT is not going to find him quite yet. Both teams just playing a little bit slower, just waiting for the kind of opening. We are going to see actually Sin there, so
working for now. If they can just keep this game like slowed down for a bit, they might be fine. But if Runza dies here, that's already like really bad.
No Name running very low, and without any shields, he's going to get dropped by Drafty. Got PKMLT sniping down onto the field from above that statue.
Oh, really nice play by that friend there. That's huge.
Oh, there's the headshot coming through finally, and all of us. Sin manages to get a kill onto Drafty, and it's going to be Eversio who captures the point.
Yeah, I mean, Runza's in hotel, but it's not really going to do anything. There's no need for him to go into hotel anymore, so I expect Runza to switch off. Oh, he's actually not. That's interesting.
I saw this, last week we saw this, where they stuck to it, and they just made it work. Drafty's going to drop him, so probably see if PKMLT is going to make a switch, or if he's going to stick to it.
Yeah, don't forget the payload. This is actually, like, this is just objectively not a great move, because I have one person pushing the payload, and PKMT is on his way, but you always want 3 people on that payload. Then again, if you just keep spawn killing the enemy,
that's one way to do it. It looks like that's how they are doing it. They're just pushing forward. PKMT sitting on top of the payload, but
such a show of
everyone is just constant fighting here at the front.
Sorrento gets picked off though by Ascalese, but then immediately gets answered. I really like the switch to say Yadok and Drafty here.
But look how much time they bought. They had basically quite a lot of opposition where like Tanya can contest on this point was completely not tested. And Reed actually got to unsheath the Dragon Blade. Going for Jean, gets himself a double kill. Darky's next. Big MLT drops him out there. Now it looks like Eversio looking for the second win of the map. Sorry, the second match of the game of the match. Sorry, Darky's gonna get the Earthshaft to come through Specialized. Trying to get himself a kill, get picked up a double kill, beautiful there. Now Reed has popped in and the rest of the team have got on top. All of a sudden, Eversio has just scattered Entropy's defenses. Everyone running so low. Runza is gonna have to Runza away, otherwise he's gonna go down pretty soon. Reed manages to get himself a kill onto Jean there. Now he's hitting with the rockets, with the kills. Darky trying to keep himself alive, healing away. Gonna go down on no name. The point's gonna get captured, and that is match 2 to Eversio.
Yeah. Actually, kind of a nice defense at the beginning there from from Team Entropy at the beginning, but I don't know, man. I find it very hard to, really say a lot of sensible stuff about this. Besides, Eversio is a really good team. Ooh, Defro, that's cool. Is it going to be the play where he snipes? Yeah, there we go. This was so good by him. He almost dies, and zaps out, and then KT's dealing a ton of damage. So, and he gets out alive there as well, right? So he simultaneously draws a lot of threats to him, takes out the enemy healer, takes out Vaccine, which is huge because without Anna, so much of your sustain is gone, and then he's able to snipe the tank, get out, grab a health pack, and continue being a really nuisance to the enemy team. This doesn't look very flashy necessarily, but this is a pivotal play in this game. So I like that Overwatch's algorithm agrees with me there, or I agree with the algorithm. Either is fine.
One of the two. And it's going to be Nepal is the next map we're going to be loading onto. So another King of the Hill. From the way it's been going, it looks like Eversio are probably going to take the 3-0.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a triple threat composition again, as we saw in Lijiang. And I think we're going to see Eversio play that very well. And that is probably going to be it for the tournament run of Team Entropy here. And again...
unless they can pull out some kind of miracle.
Yeah.
Like last night, we had a miracle last night. A switch to a Reaper coming through with a couple of decent ultimates. And all of a sudden, it just went online.
They really did. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel very one-sided, and it's really easy because this is always a thing, right? With watching matches like this, to condemn Entropy for being a bad team or not playing well. But Entropy probably wins versus most people in Twitch chat. They're not a bad team at all. There's a reason why they're in this tournament in the first place.
Yeah.
And they're all diamond level players. We're having a very short break. I assume that's for the players to, get out of their chairs for a second, take a bathroom break, etc. I think we can just, fill that air for a little bit. So, assuming this is going to be a 3-0, which, with how it's looking now, should not surprise anyone involved.
Well, it looks like we're actually going to hop ourselves straight to a break. We'll be back with probably the last game of Entropy versus Eversio, guys. So hang around, and we'll see you after the break. All right, we are back into our third game here at the MRO Overwatch Open. It's Project Eversio 2 up on Entropy here at this point in the game. Project Eversio probably looking to close this out in a 3-0. I mean, they've been making quick work of Entropy so far.
Yeah, Eversio's general level of play is just among the most consistent we've seen in the tournament. So, mention me senpai. Not sure if Defro is referring to us, in which case, done a very good job, Defro. Your tracer play has been admirable. And if he's not referring to us, then you know, still.
You just look like an idiot.
You can still, yeah, you can still get a shout out, man. That's fine. Shout outs for everyone. Serenity actually playing Sombra would make me a very happy man, but considering that
we saw it pull out yesterday.
Well, yeah, but he's just, you know, support player, and you're not going to play only Anna and like Sombra and you know, that's just not a thing you do. So that's not what's going to happen, right? Serenity, can you switch, please? Like, don't make me actually get excited for this every time, man. Every time.
That would be a really good little, well, a very confusing quad threat comp coming through, and he's 8 seconds. Do you reckon he's gonna switch?
There we go.
There it is.
This is a way better composition, and it also makes me way more sad. So you know, can't have it all. So you do play or fun play, right?
Looks like we're going to have that triple threat comp you were talking about coming out. Reed back on his Genji. He has been so strong on it. He's just dashing straight through to the back. Look at him go. Any dogs to hook is the question. Darky's just getting shot down. Gene's actually going to be one to get himself a kill onto Death Row there. And that's going to be on the Reed.
What was the Darky? And a bit of an interesting decision here to go for a...
Then him gets popped off by Runza. Eversio. What happened?
So, Reed and Defro kinda like overstayed their welcome in the backline. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna see No Name switch off the Rhino at some point, because I think that Winston is like primal rage is so good on this map, like on the point. It's insane. Then again, the enemy team doesn't have a Rhino, so your offshot becomes much better as well. Ash Police on D.Va is something I didn't really expect either, I imagine.
That's cool, guys. It's going to get thrown out by Big MLT. That's going to be one. Taking the mech out. That was a fantastic trick made. Everyone on the side of Entropy just get wiped. Project Eversio turned on the heat. This is the most percentage we've seen Entropy get in series.
Yup. I mean, it's still 20%, that's a good start, but it's not winning one team fight, it's consistently winning them. And I like the triple tank composition here. It also kind of makes it hard to reliably deal with the threats that Eversio is going to pull out. Sim picks up the kill on June.
That's the Dragon Blade, the dash gets the kill, that's a double kill coming on to Rick. Yeah, speak kill. No Name got put to sleep, but it is not enough for him to stay down, and he just snaps out while the rest of his team just wipes Entropy off the face of the map.
I'm on fire.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
there's not a lot to really analyze, is it? It's just walk in, die, walk in, die.
Like every single team fight is just Eversio goes in, kills them, and that's it. And of course you can like analyze the really small stuff, but it doesn't really, it all kind of pales in comparison to the fact that, yeah, you just can't really reliably deal with this.
That's what they do. Here comes the self-destruct. Are they actually going to land it onto anyone? PKMLT on the mech explosion. Looks like we're going to have ourselves No Name charging onto D.Va on the backline there, but he is all alone as Gene drops him out. Reed trying to buy some time. Actually, he drops Gene here, so that's one of the damage dealers down, but Drafty makes short work of him. Now he's looking towards Defro. Defro's going to have to blink away to safety. Did get fire grenades, so he can't heal quite yet. Now he's blinking out, trying to keep himself on the point, but 40% to 76%. Entropy are not out.
I mean, Defro is just like half a second too late. I assume they just didn't have the cooldown instead of, you know, not using it, but it's still quite painful. Weak Dragon Blade though.
Dragon Blade gets him one. Is he going to get himself to the hook? Ready? Comes through, but Reed gets it. Looking for maybe something else. Dragon gets taken out of mech. Sim was the one to pop the mech there. Runza just trying to pop him off, trying to get himself off the map. As we see PKMOT pop his double kill out with the attack visor. And again, another kill. The hook goes wide, but Sin very good aid start to death.
Be okay.
Yeah, Entropy really is putting up a fight here. With Eversio having somewhat of a rough map, but I think in the end it just isn't going to be enough, unfortunately, for them.
I don't think they will have enough in them. It's 92%. They need to make something happen now. No Name does have the Earth Shatter to Vexen's nano boost, so maybe they can make something work. After he gets the lead out pretty big at the beginning, he's been a standout player. Overtime ticking away. No Name probably going to look for the Earth Shatter. There it is. Team Vexen down, but he just gets popped off. He was nano boosted. It's a double kill for the Drafty. Serenity standing on top of the point. He's going to go down to Gene here and Entropy recapture the point.
Yeah, and like you said, that was No Name Earth Shattering and Sin using the Evolution Draft, just jumps in, knocks him off. And this is why I would have really liked to see No Name on Winston as well. I don't really know why they're not picking it. I mean, Winston into D.Va is just, you know, just painful. It's a D.Va Roadhog, but still, I feel like No Name Winston is good enough. Like, he's been so effective in the here before. Go to
down here comes the self-destruct. Can they land it on anyone? PKMOT taking Vexen out. This is 2-0 in favour of Eversio. Achilles to get themselves two kills in the back end. Suddenly, it's all turning on its head. Death Row Reed unleashes the Dragon Blade, gets drafty. Gonna get D.Va down as well. Doubles, triple kill, sorry, on Death Row. He's hopping down. He's going down to Serenity. And it's just Runza trying to run the clock, trying to run the overtime, but Reed takes him down. Eversio take map one. Point one.
Yeah, point one.
Round one.
That's, yeah, you know, there's like I said before, you can choose your own preferred nomenclature. No one, it doesn't really matter. It's very clear what's happening. Yeah, I would like to see No Name switch up the big face Reinhardt. Not necessarily because I don't think he's a good Reinhardt. It doesn't work so well for them. Yeah, well, no, not even that. Like, I think Reinhardt can work well. But yeah, there we go, that's better. Not if you run a Tracer Genji composition. But if you run triple threat, just go all in and have your tank dive with them, because what you're doing now is you're just not really providing as much support to your divers as you'd like to give them. And even if Achilles is playing that D.Va, I don't think that's enough of like a nuisance for No Name to not play Winston here. So I really like that he's switching back to that, and I think that this should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Let's see if they do make it smooth sailing or not. Everyone's just flanking on multiple angles. Then they're actually just going to get dropped straight away on the Winston.
Backrow in the back line, like pretty much drawing the attention of the entire enemy team here. Like Fire Grenade kill the Sin, he keeps doing that.
So good. The trades are going backwards and forwards here. PKMOT to get himself a kill, taking that Gene and trying to do as much as he can. If he gets 2 kills on this Silver 76, Reed pops through, gets a double kill, a double kill if that was a mech. I got by the kill cam there.
Oh man, Backro's Tracer has been insane. Like, it's not even about him, you know, getting the kills etc. But he's occupying so much energy and so much attention of Team Entropy here that it's so hard to deal with everything else that gets thrown at them.
And this is the Tracer performance we were expecting after Gotsky yesterday, which we didn't get. It was a little bit distracting. Reed was also... sorry, Reed goes in with a double kill. PKMOT kind of picking up. I think I got myself a little bit overexcited there, but PKMOT actually comes out with a triple kill. Sorry, triple kill onto PKMOT. Looking for something else. D.Va's low. Is it going to be the quad? No, Serenity steals it.
Yeah, while holding, you know, his ultimate, didn't even use that, so that's good. But as I was saying, I mean, Gotsky was playing Tracer against EVH, you know, so that's also something that you can't really forget, like discredit the fact that is a completely different ball game. It's really hard to run away with games. I think this is just showing how good of a player Backrow in the entirety of Entropy, or Eversio rather is.
Give me itself. Are they going to find anyone with it? No. Mech is counting Sin. Has been healing boosted, but PKMT is going to pick Vixen out the back of the rock. He's going for the double kill. Now the boost is going to get thrown down. Here comes the sound barrier. They're trying to get the kills coming through. PKMT goes for the quadra kill. Fantastic tackle by the no-name. Gets it. Reed pops the Mech. Keeper's on the run. Reed manages to take out Achilles on the back in 78%. I don't think Entropy are going to pull this map back.
It looks doubtful, correct, for them to easily pick off the next point. They have one more attack left, and they do have another visor. Here comes down.
Let's see how Reed's going to play his Dragon Blade. That's going to be the This is a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Entropy at point. Sorry, Eversio. Now it's the 3-for-3. Gene gets himself a kill off the Sin. It looks like he's going to get popped off the map, but he's not done yet. The fight is going through into overtime. PKMLT, Defro, no name, all show up. Overtime ticks away. And Eversio, one more win, and they're through to the next round of the losers bracket.
Yeah, which reasonably you can expect them to do. You think they're gonna, follow in the footsteps of Paradigm yesterday and just pull out some Atria on the next map? I mean, I don't think they are, but it would be cool, right? If they would choose to do so.
That was a really cool little cheese comp, actually.
It didn't even work, right? Like Jeff,
it captured
they had to switch. Yeah. But like the idea of just stalling with May, and then once you walk into the point, you get microwaved is really funny. It didn't work as like kind of secondary to the, the idea behind it.
Old quick play when you just ran 6 mazes on this map and you just locked yourself in the room.
Yeah. Man, old quick play, 6 Torbjorns, never forget.
Now it's just 6 Orises if you play on No Limits.
Yeah.
Obviously, if anyone who's new to the tournament and isn't aware of exactly what's going on, Orisa is banned at the moment. Well, disabled, just for being the new hero, so letting no one kind of pull that cheese out. So it's just going to be the standard picks across the board. I'm sure you guys are probably aware of that at this point.
It's better for, like consistency and having the best player win, but it's worse for caster enjoyment and viewer enjoyment, so that's a valid trade-off to make. All jokes aside, like from a competitive integrity standpoint, you can't really let Orisa go through here because she might have issues, she might have bugs, she might have a lot of other stuff that hasn't really been discovered in ranked play, so it's not really an option to have her play. I'm really excited to start seeing her in competitive play, so the sooner the better, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it will be going through next time we're up. It's not during this tournament. It's been attacked by the come down. Defro did throw the pulse bomb, but it's not really going to pick anyone up with it. Defro will pick up runs, and now PKMLT going to pick out Gene on the back there as soon as he drops his ultimate. It's going to be Reed dashing through, popping the mech. Here comes the Dragon Blade. Can he get himself a more kills? PKMLT is going to drop Darky. And all of a sudden, the Eversio are the ones who are taking up kills left, right, and centre and going to catch himself a point. It should be 46%. They should be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and Eversio also, they did lose 2 ultimates there. The first one of which wasn't very effective, like PKMLT's tactical fires didn't really have a great effect on the fight. And now they're going up against 4 ultimates here. Drafty just goes in with the primal rage.
Well, there's going to be a sound barrier. Darky's going to get himself one. He is now Sin 2-0 so far. Need to find some more. The ult investment is going to be 2 kills getting his own back. That's free. Defro actually kills himself, getting himself taken off the map. The point is getting captured at the last second. They're trying to pop it for as long as possible. Packfizer is going to come out from PKMLT. He gets himself a double kill. Looking for some more. Can he get the triple? No, Drafty's going to drop him. No name trying to buy the time. Here comes Reed dashing through Drafty, getting himself one more kill. Sin's going to stop the healing. Defro's there. And Eversio now to hold the point last second with the ultimate. Get in there. Provides the sound barrier, making sure no one goes down. Serenity running low. Gene manages to get him. Gene gets dashed through by Reed. Defro picks up Vexen. Achilles is on the run. He's going to have to stay inside that mech for as long as he can, trying to buy time for his team. The time is ticking in favour of Eversio though, so for the longer this goes on, here comes the self-destruct. Not going to pick anyone up with it. Looks like I can be right back into the mech.
And this is actually like these last 20 seconds were somewhat of a waste from Team Entropy. Should have just backed off, knowing that the entirety of Eversio was on the point already. 1 or 2 players notwithstanding. So you really want to get through that, right? And like charge up again. Oh man, such a nice play by that guy. That's happened so many times. Does get picked up by Darky though, so maybe this provides them with an opportunity to make something happen.
They need to make it happen soon. Darky does have multiple. PKMLT's got his in the tac visor or the the nano visor or the nano blade is. It's going to be the tactical visor coming through. PKMLT gets one, and that's all they need to win the game.
Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming. Like it's the end specifically, you know, just like okay, never mind, no overtime. It's going to be it. Ooh, that's deserved. The Drafter's Winston play was very good. Oh, look at that.
He played very well, and actually for me it felt like No Name's Winston underwhelming. He got the end of the play of the game.
I'm not sure whether I agree with that. I think that his Winston is less of like a playmaker in that he, you know, makes big flashy primal rage plays and he kills the enemy team. What he does do is allow PKMLT and Reed to just go to town. So I think it's more of an enabler. So I think is why it looks kind of underwhelming. But without him, Reed and Dafro rather would not really be able to did what they did last game. I think this would be a nice thing as we have just seen the first game of the day, which was Project Eversio versus Entropy. This means Entropy is out of the tournament. They fought valiantly, but unfortunately, it was not enough. We are going to go into Team Underdogs versus New Kings in a bit. We'd also like to thank the sponsors while you have the opportunity to do so. I'd like to give you the honors.
You haven't written it down. Don't worry, I have. This is obviously a big fan.